It's me, Jixus B, back with another video, and today I just want to talk about 5 motorcycle tips, riding tips to make you a better beginner rider. So let's just go ahead and get in. The bike still trying to warm up. There it goes. I usually try to wait for it to at least get a bar. It's been off and on raining a lot past couple days, and it's supposed to rain the rest of the week. I've been trying to make this video for 2 weeks now. The first time battery ran out of battery and didn't have any ready, so I just kind of waited, figured I'd do it the following day. I got the video done and the GoPro just shut off and didn't save it, so hopefully I can get it done this time. So we're talking about 5 tips for beginner riders to improve. Let's get out on the road. Alright, tip number 1, get out there and do your slow speed practice. Believe it or not, trying your figure eights and U-turns and Moto Jitsu. Go check out Moto Jitsu. He's the king pretty much of slow speed maneuvers and different drills and whatnot. Him and Dan the fireman both have drills, tips, stuff to make you a better rider. That slow speed really helps you with your control of your bike, because when you're going at slow speeds, you can feel the weight of the bike. So getting better at the slow speed, it just helps you get comfortable on your bike and to really understand what it can do, how it can maneuver. They want to stay up, so as long as you don't mess something up, your bike will stay up. Well, that's tip number 1. Tip number 2, your emergency braking. I feel like nowhere near enough people practice their emergency braking. Everybody learns how to stop, but I don't think people really know the full potential of their bikes and how to stop very quickly. So you have to practice it. You have to know your bike's limits, and the only way you're going to know your bike's limits is to practice. That don't mean come out here and just grab the brakes, just squeeze them as hard as you can. You don't do that. You just want to be gradual, kind of grab a hold of your brakes, squeeze your brakes. As you feel the pressure shift forward, then you can really lay into it, kind of like that. But try it at higher speeds, a little bit faster than 25, 30. Don't go super fast, but maybe 40, 45, 50. Like say you're coming to a light, you're on the highway. That's the kind of practice you need, so you know how quick to stop, and in case of emergency, if something runs out in front of you, you want to have good technique when you're braking. So that one's really important. That was number 2. Number 3, emergency swerving. And I've used this a few times already. Just stuff in the middle of the road, animals running out in the road, there's always something. So it's definitely important to practice your swerving. When you first start, just go out in your neighborhood or somewhere where there's not a lot of traffic and just practice swerving. Pick something in the road and practice swerving both ways. I put my weight into it so the bike doesn't hesitate, because when you start a swerve, you're counter steering, so the bike wants to kind of go one way before it goes the way you're turning it. stuff in the road. God, there's some big old mud clumps, and I don't know, must have been some kind of big off-road vehicle working up through here or something. Alright, your emergency swerving, let's get back to that. You just want to start slow, find something in the road, and just get used to going around it, something small. But then you really want to get used to swerving in case it's like a car or something you got to go around. So just practice your emergency swerving, getting good at shifting your weight. This is another one I need to work on a little bit more. I've gotten good at like cars width, but I need to get a little bit better at something if it was taking up like half the road, swerving a little farther. That's number 3. Emergency swerving. It definitely will save your hind end if you're proficient at it, get good at it. It's important. Another real big one is your vision when you're riding, and especially like on the highway or where you're around other cars and there's potential for them to turn into you or cut you off. Keep a good line of sight. Keep a good safe distance, but line of sight is very important. What I like to do is, say there's a car in front of me, kind of ride on the left side of the car so that I can see all the way past that car. I want to be able to see like there's no car in front of me. So whatever it takes to make that happen safely, ride so that you can see as far as you want and need to see. You want to be able to see in front of the cars that's in front of you. So that's good line of sight, being able to see as far as you want, just like nobody was in front of you. So good line of sight, very important. And that was number 4. Number 5, trail braking. And these are all things that I practice to get better, and I guess that's why I'm using these 5 tips, because it's 5 things that I've done that really made me comfortable on my motorcycle, really helped me to become a better rider. But trail braking and the twisties, trail braking anytime you make any kind of sharp turn, really. I want to make a U-turn up here because there's a bunch, yeah, they got big old tractors and stuff. Trail braking, super important. It's saved me a few times. I know the first few times I went into the twisties going a little fast, I pretty much just panicked, and that's what you don't want to do. You want to know that it's okay to hit the brakes. You got to be, the more you lean, the more you need to be letting off the brakes. It's okay to brake while you're leaning, you just don't want to overdo it. You got to learn to equal out the lean and the brakes. And I've leaned it pretty far and had the brakes on pretty hard, and it was fine. So it's probably going to be a lot it's probably going to take a lot more than you think on it. But if you're, you know, a normal rider, you're not going 80 miles an hour in a 15-mile turn or something just crazy like that, it's okay to use the brakes in a turn. And I'll kind of show you up here. I'll take this turn a little fast. Come up to a turn, I'm on the brake, on the brake, on the brake, 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 release, release, release. Kind of like that. It's okay. I was turning, I was leaning on the brake. A little different in the twisties, but pretty much same concept. I'll get on the brakes a little late here. On the brakes, 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 release. It's okay to do it like that. And for those that don't know what trail braking is, as you're going into a turn, you actually use your brakes, and you're slowing down coming up to the turn, and as you tip it in to go into the turn, you slowly start releasing off of the brakes. Yes, even while you're turning, even while you're leaning, as long as you're coming off the brakes, the farther you lean, you'll be all right, I promise. And guys, that's it. That's my 5 tips. If you get out there and practice those 5 tips, I guarantee it will make you a better rider. But the main thing is to practice. You have to get out there and try some new stuff, because that's how you're going to get better. You're never going to know what you can and can't do if you don't get out there and try all this stuff out and just practice. Get out there and practice and make a difference in your riding. Save yourself. The more you practice swerving and emergency braking, and pretty much all 5 of these tips, the more you practice it, that's just that much better you're going to be. I mean, you're just going to be a total well-rounded rider, and that's important, especially with all these crazy drivers out here. It's important to know how to control your machine. That's all I got, guys. Appreciate you guys watching. Definitely leave a comment. Let me know if you already practice this stuff. Is this something that you already do, or have you never tried it? Let me know down in the comments. Leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. You guys have a good one. Be safe. Peace out. Starting to rain again. Super nasty out. Rain, 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 rain on me. But